you riding alongside me will help me out. I mean, I'm gonna have to be getting the horse legged up, and when she sees how well I'm doing, well, she'll come around. She'll start liking the idea. So tell me, can I count on you?
Get a CBC and keep a close watch on the temperature, please. If there's any change at all, you call me. Right, thanks. Yeah. Tina.
Hi, Larry. I heard your plea for a blood donor, and I just happen to be the type you need.
Yes, I know that. I ran a computer check and found that out. I was going to call you, ask you for your help.
Oh, you got it. As long as you leave me enough blood to get by on.
No problem there. That's wonderful. Thank you. I can only imagine what a burden it must be to have a rare blood type like that.
Well, I don't know about that, but when I heard that this little baby was seriously ill and needed blood, well, anything I can do to help him.
That's wonderful. Thank you. You're very generous, and I appreciate it, and I'm sure the parents of the baby will appreciate it.
Do you think I could see the baby? It would mean so much to me.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one life to live.
Be so sick that nobody but medical people can visit?
No, it's not that. Well, the parents want to keep his identity a secret, and we have to respect their wishes.
Well, I guess I can understand how they feel. If it was my baby, I guess I wouldn't want all sorts of strangers looking in on him. Well, is it a boy or a girl?
No, it's a boy.
Is his life in danger, or what's wrong with him?
Well, we feel it's a blood disorder. That's why we have to run a lot of tests still. See, on one end of the scale, child might need an operation, which, of course, would mean he'd need a transfusion. On the other end of the scale, perhaps he'll respond favorably to the medication, in which case our worries are over. Now, Dr. Nolan, well, she's decided that we should expect the worst but hope for the best, and that's why we put out an appeal for the blood.
Well, I'll hope for the best just like everybody else, but take as much blood as you need just in case he takes a turn for the worse.
Thank you, Tina. That's wonderful. I can't believe this.
Yeah, not exactly the old Tina, is it?
No, not exactly.
I know. Sometimes I even amaze myself. I don't know, having a baby, giving birth to this baby it's changed my entire life.
Tina, I really was pulling for you when you went down to Argentina there. I'm so sorry that you had to face the baby's loss twice.
I didn't lose him, Larry. My baby's not dead. No, I know he's alive, and somehow, someday, I am gonna find him.
Tina...
Now, don't bother giving me all the lectures about having to face up to reality, okay? Vicky and Clint have, Max, Cord, Gabrielle, everybody, and they are all wrong. My baby is alive out there somewhere, and I will find him. Now, where do I go to get blood?
Well, that's really up to Dr. Nolan. I don't think she'll need blood this evening. However, if there are any problems that arise, well...
Well, I'll be at Landfair, and call me, and I'll come right over.
Thank you. Dr. Nolan's down the hall. Why don't I take you down there, introduce you, and you can work out a time schedule.
Hey, Max.
Rafe, glad you could make it. Have a seat. What's the good news?
Well, a couple of minutes before all hell broke loose at the party, Peter Silver, who works in reservations, was headed to the employee parking lot. He spotted a man running out from the alleyway behind the hotel and jumping into a cab. He was wearing a costume just like the ones we were wearing.
Could you identify the man?
No, he was wearing a mask.
So that's the bad news.
Yeah, but he did say that the man's hat blew off, so he saw that he had blonde hair and a receding hairline, and also he heard him give instructions to the cabbie with a slight Spanish accent.
Does he know where the cabbie took him?
The bus terminal.
The really bad news, huh? The guy skipped town.
No, nobody at the terminal remembers seeing the man. and you can bet they wouldn't forget somebody dressed up in a costume like that. My guess is that he went to the terminal, jumped into another cab, and went to his real destination.
So, in case anyone overheard him, or if the police tracked down the cab driver, yeah.
Right, and we've questioned all the cabbies in Lambview about the fares they picked up that night. Nobody remembers picking up anybody in a costume. And Silver was on his way to the airport that night. He just got back from vacation this afternoon.
So he didn't even know I'd been stabbed. Phew. You got anything else?
No, that's the most we've gotten from anyone so far, and it's not a hell of a lot to go on.
Damn.
And Max, have you had a fight with anyone who might want to hold a grudge against you?
No. No. I don't even know anybody. Receding blonde hairline. Spanish accent.
Yeah, about 6 feet tall, according to Silver.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa, wait. I may know who the guy is.
Who do you think it is?
Well, Rafe, this is a real long shot. Let me check out a couple leads on this. If I find anything out, I'll get back to you, all right? Trust me on this one.
Well, I hope your hunch pans out.
Yeah. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for your trouble.
Yeah, call me, huh?
Yeah, got it. Rob, you want to bring your phone over here, please? You got it.
Where's the baby?
The hospital.
I told you to bring him back.
There was no way I could bring him.
You're risking everything.
If Milagro dies, our plan dies with him. If he doesn't respond to that medication, he's in grave danger. He might need surgery.
So we take him to another hospital in another city where he can't be recognized.
It's too late. The hospital has already made the appeal for blood.
What? What appeal?
Milagro has a very rare blood type. The radio, the news people, they're all asking for donors.
Are you out of your mind? You're begging for Tina to find out.
Dr. Nolan, she promised she'd keep our baby name and ours anonymous.
Oh, think, Lita, think! Stupid! Okay, the baby has a rare blood type, right? You know what that means? That means that either Cord or Tina have the same type of blood. So first Tina sees you at the hospital, and then she hears about this appeal for the rare blood type that she has at the same hospital. All she has to do is put the two together and claim the baby. Then not only do we lose $1 million, we get arrested for kidnapping.
There must be other peoples in that area with the same type of blood. Now, Tina knows that Indians are hiding her child in the jungle.
She also knows that she saw Milagro in Landview Park.
Rollo, please.
Ah, I'm gonna go to that hospital and get the damn baby myself.
No, I won't let you to place that baby's life in jeopardy.
You'll either get out of my way, or I'm going to have to hurt you, my love.
You mean that you're going to stay at the carriage house with us?
Yeah, we talked about it, and...
Yeah, well, it seems like a workable idea, right?
Yeah. Plus, I really don't want to go around moving again.
Well, are you going to give up your suite here at the hotel?
Oh, we haven't gotten that far at all.
Well, it's sort of pointless to pay for a suite if you're not going to use it. But then again, if you want to keep it, you know.
I don't know. It seems sort of silly, I guess.
Yes.
So that's it. We're still a family. I have wanted this for 17 years. Think you could maybe wave your magic wand one more time and my scar will disappear?
Sweetheart, that scar is going to go away. In a couple of months, you won't even know you had surgery. Huh?
You're right. You're right, and I'm sorry that I brought it up. Besides, being a family is the most important thing to me. I mean, could you imagine if this had happened 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes, huh?
I think we should order. You want to?
Yeah. Fine, right.
Can you answer something for me, though? You're not doing this because you're afraid I might fall to pieces or something if you move back here to the hotel. Because if you are, please don't do that.
Mary Lynn, the truth is...
You see, sweetheart, you're just one reason. Well, your mother and I have become friends again.
Well, that's all I need to know. Oh, you both have been so terrific. And I have a feeling that things are just going to get better and better. Well, what did you do? Did you get a promotion?
No, I just got permission to use this. Just a little privacy, that's all.
Okay. So why did I have to rush all the way over here,
Well, I want to give you something. $1,000.
Where did you get this?
The bail bond company gave it back to my lawyer.
But there hasn't been a trial.
No, but there's not going to be one. Brent made a deal with the DA. Listen to this. He admitted to causing the car crash. He admitted to putting the coke in Marilyn's purse. And I think Jeff McGrath even threw in part of the deal for me because Brent has withdrawn all his complaints against me, and the charges have been completely dropped.
Then you're free. That's great. And you're rich, too.
No, I'm free, but you're rich.
Oh, wait. Do you realize the fun we could have with this? Come on, what do you say? Let's get started, you and me, tonight, huh?
Billy, it would take me 2 months to make that kind of bread and another year to save it up.
That's all right. I don't care. It's my money. What do you say? We hop a plane, fly to New York, and see some sights. Come on.
No.
Oh, well. You sure didn't waste any time spending Frank Montaigne's money. Oh, but of course, I'm sorry. That was for Mary Lynn.
I hate to disappoint you, but it wasn't all that much fun, and I'm not going to watch you blow $1,000 just like that. Look, why don't you put it into the bank? Let it collect some interest, and then spend it on going to school.
Yeah, well, this is becoming a very depressing conversation.
Wait a minute. This is me you're talking to here, and you don't need to pretend to me that the only thing that's important to you is having fun. I know better.
I think that's my signal to leave.
Billy, listen. It was a really great thing that you did by paying my bail. I really appreciate it. So why don't you do something great for yourself now? Come on, you're a smart girl. You could do anything you want. But what do? You hang out and you make your money by doing part-time jobs. What do you want to do for the rest of your life? Go to drive-in burger joints with those guys looking for trouble?
Those guys used to be friends of yours, and you're not exactly Mr. Success here. You're a stagehand.
Yes, but at least I'm trying to do better. And that's something you should be doing, too.
And so when have you taken such an interest in me?
Oh, come on. You've always been a really special friend to me. And if you weren't worth worrying about, I wouldn't bother.
Do you really think I'm special?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know you felt that way. I don't know what to say.
As long as you don't say something sappy, we're fine. Listen to me. Your sister believes in you, and I believe in you. It's time for you to believe in yourself, don't you think?
I've tried to find work, Wade. I have tried to find good
well, you
work.
have not tried hard enough. Because if you did, you'd be working all the time. You'd be president of the company by now. Okay, all right. Vice president, maybe.
Are you sure you're not drunk?
Yes, I'm positive I'm not drunk.
Okay. Okay, you've given me something to think about.
Good.
I'll buy a newspaper. I'll read it. I'll look up some agencies, but don't be disappointed if I don't find something right away.
Hey, wait. What about here?
There is only one person that hates me more than Mary Lynn's mother, and that's Mary Lynn's father. You think the guy would give me a job here, really?
Listen to me. I'm in really good with the lady in charge of personnel. No, I'm just kidding. I'll talk to Mr. Dennison, and we'll see what we can do. But if I stick my neck out for you, you've got to understand, you need to deliver. Okay?
I promise I won't disappoint you.
I didn't expect you to be as ornery about this little ride as Vicky is being.
Clint, you were asking a hell of a lot here, you know?
Yeah, I know, but I can't do it alone.
What happens if you fall off, Clint? I can't prevent that.
Fall off? I don't fall off horses, Cord.
All right, look, what I meant was, what happens if you're thrown, Clint? I know plenty of riders who have been thrown from a horse at one time or another.
Oh, well,
and these are men who can see.
Well, fine. Getting thrown is one thing. Falling off is something else. But it just so happens Okie happens to be a broke horse. He doesn't buck. He doesn't know how to buck. He couldn't buck off a fat man.
But we are talking about 100 miles of rough terrain, Clint. The guys down at Jake's were talking about this thing like it was going to be the toughest course in 5-10 years.
They're playing it up. Who's there, Sarah?
Hi, I was just heading upstairs.
Oh,
Well, we were just talking about this 100-mile horse race endurance thing that Clint has the crazy notion that he's going to enter.
Oh?
Look, we came out here to Arizona so I could be my own man, and I damn sure intend to be my own man. This ride isn't just a test of good horse flesh, you know. It happens to be a test of the man. It's man against man, man against nature, man against himself out there. It's a test of a man's true grit, of his determination to try and beat the odds. And it's a test of... It'll help me find out whether I'm still somebody, all right?
Clint, you don't have to risk your life to prove anything.
I risk my life. Every damn day is a risk for me, Cord. Don't you remember what just happened a few hours ago? I almost checked out just walking down a stairway in my own house and tripping over a piece of tile. Cord, look, there's a lot of time and experience and growing up that we didn't share together. We weren't able to have that together. But riding on a ride like this, there's still a lot of learning and growing up that a fella can do. And I'd like to share that with you.
Boy, did you leave anything out, Clint?
There's more. Would you like to hear it?
No. No, you better save it for Vicky, because you're going to need it.
Well, does that mean I got a saddle pal, or doesn't it?
Yeah, that means you got a saddle pal, Clint, even though I may live to regret it.
Oh, you're not going to regret it, Cord. You are not going to regret it. I promise you that. I also promise you you're going to have an experience that you're not going to forget.
Yeah.
Listen, I think I'm going to go out to the barn and check out the saddles we're going to use and make some plans. Okay?
Okay.
Now, don't you forget.
I won't.
Boots and saddles, Cord.
Yep.
Boots and saddles, huh?
Cord, you can't let him do it.
Where was that 10 minutes ago when I needed it? You are the only one who possibly could have talked him out of this.
I believed that it was your problem to settle with him, and actually, I thought you'd talk him out of it.
Yeah, well, right now, Clint has got his mind settled on this thing.
Well, do you think you could get him to change his mind?
I just gave the man my word. I can't do anything now. I can't back out on him.
Cord, we are talking about your father's life. He's never going to survive that 100 miles.
Which is exactly why I'm going to go with him, to make sure that he does.
Hello. Inspector Ramos, thanks for getting back so quick. No, it's not about Milagro. This is about, just checking to see if my good old friend Rollo was still doing time down in one of your cells down there. What do you mean, out on bail? How do you let a guy like that out on bail? He killed Gabrielle's grandmother. He was No, I'm sorry. I don't blame you. Look, is there any way he could have jumped bail and skipped the country? Well, don't you have people that check up on these sort of things? Yeah, well, listen. I'm sorry. It's very important to me. Could you please check up on him? Well, about a week ago, a guy stuck a knife in my ribs, and according to police descriptions, there's a chance this guy could be Rollo. Yeah. I'll tell you what, you check it out, get back to me. I'll be waiting, thanks.
Thank you.
Good morning, Dad. How are you?
I'm fine, sweetheart.
Oh, excuse me. Could we have 3 coffees here, please?
Oh, sweetheart, I just had
Let's
a
sit
breakfast
down,
meeting.
sit down.
I have another one at the studio.
Well, I promise you that this won't take long. Say hello to Mom.
Hello again, Lee.
Hello.
What are you two up to?
I don't know. She dragged me from the lobby. I was going to a meeting, and she insisted I come in here.
See?
Happy anniversary.
What?
Well, I know that it's 2 days late, but I didn't think it was appropriate to buy it then. So, since things have changed, you didn't forget it was your anniversary, did you?
No, I knew it was about this time.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing you ever forget, really.
Oh, sorry, I got a little carried away. I didn't realize I would embarrass you by buying you something to share.
No, it's a lovely thought.
But just a little premature. Well, I can take it back.
No, sweetheart. It was very thoughtful of you. We do appreciate it.
Well, I have to go meet Wade, so, I'm gonna leave now, okay?
All right.
Okay,
and
we'll
thank
see
you.
ya.
Thank you.
So, should we open it?
Why not? Yeah, sure.
Oh, gosh. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? You think we blew it?
Well, yeah, I don't know. We were sort of put on the spot.
Well, how were we to know she'd turn up with an anniversary gift?
Yeah, well, Tom, we sort of asked for it. We did lie to her as to the reason that I'm staying at the carriage house.
But you remember what she said. She didn't want you to stay at the carriage house for her sake, and we agreed that she's going to need the both of us for a while anyway, right?
Yeah, but if she wants a family so badly, is it fair for us to lie to her?
So, why is today a school holiday?
Well, there's a teacher's meeting or something. Who cares, as long as we have the day off. Dad, this one says his winter coat, right?
Well, that's right, Joey. He sure does. But you know, up in the mountains where it really gets cold, the horse really hairs up. That coat protects him from the cold and the snow and the wind and the rain. I want you fellas to remember something. You might use a horse hard, but you never put him away wet. You gotta cool him down and dry him off so he doesn't get a chill. All right?
Okay.
Who's there?
That's George.
Oh.
Hi, boys. Mr. Buchanan?
Howdy, George. You looking for me?
No, sir. Just checking on the majors. Didn't mean to spook you, none. I'll tell the foreman they're in good shape. See you, boys.
Bye. Dad, he's weird.
Why do you say that?
He always comes up from out of the blue, like he just did now.
He just got through saying he was checking on the mangers.
Yeah, but I always get the feeling he's watching us.
Who? You and Joey?
Yeah, all of us. Cord, too.
Well, you know, he doesn't have a family of his own. Maybe he's just interested in seeing how one gets along.
Well, I don't know. But I'm sure glad Cord's running the race with you and not George. Cord's the greatest.
Yeah, you got that right. He sure is.
You ran this race alone in the past, haven't you, Dad?
Yeah, but if I tried to do it under these conditions, I might end up in California.
You know, there's not a kid in my class whose father would run this race if they were blind. Not even Clint Eastwood would run this race if he can see.
Yeah.
Dad, you're the toughest. Dad, do you think some kids in my class can meet you?
Sure, your friends are welcome over here anytime.
Oh, great. Maybe you could show them how you win the race.
Well, right now, I think I'll just try and finish.
What are you gonna make this a regular habit, giving blood?
Well, it depends. I mean, if I hear another call that they need a blood donor for some sick baby in the hospital, then I'd run right over and do it. Boy, I sure hope that little boy is responding well to the medication, because if he does, then he doesn't need to have the surgery. And, well, if I was his parents, I'd be terrified. I mean, I'm already terrified, and I don't even know him or anything. Max, what's bothering you?
Nothing. I'm expecting a call from Rafe.
What, does he know something more about your stabbing?
He's got a lead, but nothing definite.
Does he know who tried to kill you?
Well, we're getting close, but it might just be a false alarm.
Oh, I don't know. I hope they find this guy soon and take care of him.
Don't worry.
So they can throw him in jail before he hurts somebody else.
Well, don't you worry. We'll find him.
Yeah, but what if he finds you and tries to finish the job before you find him?
Trust me, I will be very careful.
Well, do you want to go to the police station and talk to Rafe?
No, I can't leave you.
Yes, you can. I mean, I'll be all right. I'm perfectly fine now, and I promise. I won't go anywhere until Larry tells me I can.
Okay. You get a chance to follow up that lead I gave you?
Yeah, I've been at the immigration office.
Oh, yeah? Rollo's still in Buenos Aires?
The officer can't be sure, but there's good reason to believe that he's here in the States.
I knew it.
Now, from what immigration can piece together, he entered the country using an alias and traveling with a companion. We have no idea who that is.
Good work, Rafe. You can bet money Rollo's the one that tried to kill me.
Why?
Revenge. Steve and I set him up, nailed him, then sent him back to Buenos Aires to be tried. If that doesn't deserve revenge, what does?
I'm glad Steve's left town.
Oh boy, I didn't even think about that. If Steve and Al were here, I'd be a basket case. Me, I can take care of.
Does Tina know about Rollo?
No, she's in a tailspin about a little baby in the hospital that may need surgery. She's over there giving blood. I don't think we should worry her about this. I mean, she and Rollo had no connection. Gabrielle, Steve, and I were the ones that tricked him. I don't think he's any danger to Tina.
Okay, I put an APB out on him. I hope we can nail him before he uses that knife on you again.
Oh.
Keep in touch, huh?
Yeah.
Fine. All right, have him brought down here and have radiology call you as soon as they're free. Right.
Problems?
Yeah, they want to run more x-rays on the baby. But radiology's all filled up, so they're...
Oh, so they're going to bring him here so that I can get a look at the baby.
Tina, look, I understand how much you would like to see that child, and if it were within my power, I would do that. But the parents specifically wanted anonymity for the child, and we must respect their wishes.
Yeah, well, no one would know.
I would know. And I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
Well, it's just not fair. I mean, if I had a chance to explain to the parents, I'm sure that...
Tina, the mother's already had her share of problems. Why add to her anxiety?
Well, just because I just... Never mind, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you in an awkward position, and I'll just leave before the baby gets here.
You sure you're all right?
Mm-hmm. Couldn't be better.
What's due west of the double L?
You got some pretty rugged terrain there, Clint, and then afterwards you've got the pastures over at the Robin Spread.
What's this code?
Oh, wait a minute, let me guess. That's a fence line, right?
That's a fence line is what that is, exactly, Clint.
Is this a watering hole for cattle?
No, that's Chapafea Creek.
It's not deep.
Well, it depends. This time of the year, it can get 10, 12 feet.
Guys, this is starting to sound very dangerous.
Why? Horses swim, you know. Besides, the two we're using are part fish. They love the water.
Well, it's going to be freezing. They're certainly not going to like that.
Well, we're not going to be in there that long. How many streams we going to cross?
Oh, hell, Clint. Less than a dozen here, and most of them look like little mud holes.
Must have been a bunch of greenhorns down there at Jake's that were talking about how tough the ride is going to be.
Oh, yeah, now, wait a minute. There's some pretty rough-looking stretches here, too, Clint.
Yeah? That's why I'm taking you along, to make it easy for me.
Oh. Yeah, well, maybe we can do better than that, huh?
Oh, yeah? You will sound like you're really planning on finishing this thing, Court.
Well, look, my major concern is just to get you across that finish line in one piece. But if we happen to cross that finish line first, that would be fine with me, too.
Well, you are a Buchanan. That's for sure. I'll tell you what, I think I'll mosey on out to the corral, see how the boys are doing. You keep studying that map. I don't want you to get us lost now, you know.
Yes, sir.
Well, that must be the old Clint Buchanan.
Man, I haven't seen him this excited about anything in a long time.
Yeah. I think I understand now why you decided to ride with him.
Well, I didn't have much choice in the matter. And speaking of which, have you had a chance to voice your opinions on the subject?
I started to. And then he told me a story about a race that he'd won, and I just did not have the heart to ask him to reconsider.
You chickened out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I don't think you have much chance to do much therapy with Clint in the next few weeks. He's going to be in here all the time. He's going to be talking to old Okie out there, and he's going to be telling him about the tough ride he's got ahead of him. He's going to be going over his equipment time and time again, making sure it's all right. And most of all, he's going to be trying to put this map right inside his head.
Well, it sounds to me like the more comfortable he is in the saddle, the less chance of anything going wrong.
Exactly.
So I'm going to do whatever I can to help bolster his confidence.
Yeah, well, don't do too much of that. Otherwise, he's going to be going around making bets with people about who's going to win this race. Listen, Sarah, I really got to thank you for giving Clint all this kind of support. I know that there's no way that he could even attempt something like this if it weren't for you.
Oh, no. You're not laying the blame on me for this one because you're the one that's making it impossible for him to do it, and you're the one that's riding with him. How many sons would do that for their fathers?
Probably lots.
I don't think so.
Look, I think I better go out and see how the cowboys are doing out at that corral.
If you don't mind, I think I'll just stay here and work on the saddle.
Ah, okay. You know what you're doing there? Yeah, here. Go in circles. Like that. Got it?
Yep.
See, you'll be an expert in no time.
Well, if Clint complains, can I blame it on you?
Well, this is my saddle, and so far, I don't have any complaints.
Leslie. Hi, I was looking for Larry.
Tina, you're not supposed to be in here.
Yeah, well, I forgot. Look, that's a lie. I just want to see the baby.
I'm sorry, I have my orders.
Look, it's just for a minute.
Please, Tina, don't make any trouble.
Look, no one would know. It would be just between you and me.
If you don't leave, I'll have to call Dr. Waller.
Well, he went down the hall. He's talking to someone.
Well, go talk to him. If he says it's okay.
Look, you're the one with the problem. I think you should go talk to him.
I can't leave the baby, which is exactly what you counted on, isn't it?
I'll put it this way. I'm not going to leave here until you talk to Dr. Warlick. Oh, my God. Oh, Milagro, it's you, honey. Oh, my baby, it's you.
Of course, we don't want to lie to Mary Lynn, but you know how she is with her hopes. If one of us was the other side of the world, she'd find a way to believe that we should be together.
No, you're right.
Well, we have made a certain amount of progress, don't you think? Not wrong in saying that, am I?
No.
And, well, you seem to be happy at the carriage house, am I right?
Yeah, I guess. I was a little wary at first, but I guess it turned out a lot better than I thought. You know, I did sort of remember our anniversary each year.
Pleasantly?
No. No, actually not. I was really consumed with rage for a while.
Yeah.
But I guess, as they say, passion mellows with time. Or maybe it's just that I was so busy doing other things I didn't even have time to be angry.
I think perhaps we both grew up a little bit, you know?
I hope so.
You know, if I just had the sense to leave well enough alone, but no, I had to rush out and buy them an anniversary gift. You know, I really messed up, Wade. It took them years just to be civil to each other. I probably pushed them farther apart by trying to rush things.
What happened? Did they get in a fight or something?
No, but they felt embarrassed and awkward. The exact opposite of what I wanted for them.
Well, what's important here is what they want for themselves. And if that includes them getting back together, great. But it might not turn out that way, you know. And if not, no amount of wishing or dreaming on your part's gonna make that happen.
Step back, right? Stop trying to control them.
Well, that's the bottom line. Because otherwise, you're gonna drive them crazy, you're gonna make yourself crazy, and no one will be happy.
You know, I started to call you and tell you what I was planning to do. If I had, well, what do I do now?
Nothing. Just relax and kick back for a while. Wait, just a second. Hello. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, be right there. Can you hang out here for just a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just relax. I'll be right back. Bye.
What are you doing here?
Looking for Tom Dennison. I've got a press release from Mr. Lamar.
Press release? You told me the other night at the clinic that you were a private investigator.
That's right.
Well, since when do private investigators deliver press releases?
Well, when you work for Donald Lamar, you do whatever he asks you to do.
Or maybe you're just handing me another line so that you can sneak around here like you were at the clinic.
You're very suspicious for somebody so young.
I just follow my instincts. My instincts tell me you're not being honest with me. Maybe you'd like to tell the police the truth.
Look, take it easy. I can explain everything.
Oh, like you did the other night?
Look, I'm an agent working for the special prosecutor, and if you start causing trouble, you're going to blow my cover. And some very important cases Mr. Lamar is working on are going to fly right out the window.
Is part of your job breaking into other people's offices? I don't think the special prosecutor condones that sort of thing. Or maybe you're just a common burglar.
Listen, Missy, if it wasn't for my boss, your face would still be fit for a freak show.
What?
Donald Lamar is responsible for bringing that hotshot Dr. Hoffman to Landview to take care of you. Hoffman's world famous. People wait months to see him. Mr. Lamar made one phone call. Hoffman was on the next plane into Landview. So as I see it, he's done you a very big favor, so you owe him a favor in return. And that favor is forget you ever saw me. Now give this to your father. And keep our little conversation to yourself.
Morning, ma'am.
Oh, hello.
Fine job you're doing.
Oh, thank you. You one of the hands?
George Vasquez. I'm Cord's uncle.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Vasquez? It's nice to meet you. I'm Sarah Gordon, Mr. Buchanan's therapist. You been here long?
Couple days.
But you're from this part of the country.
Texas originally.
Oh. Well, it's nice you have some time to spend with Cord.
Nice kid.
Yeah. The whole Buchanan family's nice. They're wonderful people. But I'm sure you know that.
Mr. Buchanan, he'll never see you again?
No, I'm afraid he won't. But he really is making remarkable progress.
Gets around all by himself, huh? Without his wife or anybody to kind of see for him?
Pretty much. He takes walks on his own, does his chores, even comes down here sometimes to groom the horses. You know, except for the cane, there are times you wouldn't even know he was blind.
Well, I heard he took a tumble on the stairs.
Yeah, he did. One of the tiles was loose. Really could have happened to any of us.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, nice talking with you, ma'am. Real nice.
Well, it's nice talking to you. I'm sure I'll see you around.
You. I heard you calling me. That's why I came to the hospital. Honey, that's why I came to this office. I knew it was you. And I should have known. I mean, with my rare blood type and everything, I should have known it was you, but my mind told me you were in Argentina. Honey, my heart told me something else. Oh, my son. You know, now that we're together, we're never going to be apart again. Oh, honey, I promise. You know something, honey? I cannot wait to tell Cord that you are here. I want to tell your daddy that you are home at last. Honey, I'm going to call Cord, and after I call him, oh, honey, I'm going to call the whole world, and I'll be right back. I will. Honey, you have Cord's eyes. I know you do, and I'm going to call him.
Not only will I finish this ride, but then I think I'll write about it. Could be an inspiration to blind people everywhere. And after it's over and done with, Vicky should understand it and finally approve. Right now, all I'm getting is a silent treatment. She won't even discuss it. However,
Hey.
Yes, son.
Excuse me. Listen, I just trailered a horse out to that trail we're going to take for the horse ride. Listen, I was over the first 25 miles of it, and it looks pretty tough. On my way back, I ran into Vicky, and I think she was headed out there to do exactly the same thing.
Oh, great. This way she can come home and tell me in detail how dangerous it's going to be.
Well, as I said, if she does, she will be right.
What? What does that mean? You having second thoughts?
No, Clint, I am not having second thoughts. It's just that I was never behind this 100% in the first place.
You promised that you would ride along with me and help me, Cord.
And I will do that, Clint, if you insist on going through with this.
And I do insist on it. End of discussion. With you riding along with me, telling me what section of the trail we're on and what the conditions are, I'll be able to handle it, and Okie will do the rest.
What would you like me to do while Cord rides alongside you? Would you like me to trail behind in the ambulance so that I can assist the paramedics when they take you either to the hospital or directly to the funeral home? We'll be sorry to see you go, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, thanks. I miss you, too.
It won't take long to get the rest of your things together.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Hi. Is this what I rushed over? This is the surprise? You're giving up your suite here to move to a more permanent place?
Well, it's sort of more of a temporary thing.
Oh. Well, when are you moving?
Well, I'm not exactly moving. I'm sort of staying where I am.
At Tom's? But you told me that all the charges against Mary Lynn were dropped, which meant you do not have to live there with him anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Wait a minute, Lee. Are you telling me that you are choosing to stay with Tom Dennison because you want to?
So sorry, Tina. If you want the baby back, you're going to have to pay the $1 million tab.
Tina refuses to leave. Dr. Wallach, I thought I'd get you instead of security.
I think you did the right thing, Leslie.
Tina.
Tina? There's a head laceration. It's the blood.
All right, let's get this cleaned up. She must have fainted and knocked her head on the table or something.
Thank God she wasn't holding the baby. She was so determined to see him, she refused to leave.
Mary Lynn, wait, just please slow down and talk to me first. I don't understand why we have to rush over here to talk to Dr. Wallach. And I really don't understand why you can't share the problem with me.
Because it might not be true. Except I do have a bad feeling about it. My mother, and about a lot of other things.
Your mother, time out. Come on.
All right, come on. Do you remember my telling you about throwing the rock through the storefront window?
Right, and that PI came out and grabbed you and made you promise that you'd never say you saw him there, right?
Right. Well, I saw him today at WVLE, only this time he was delivering a press release for Donald Lamar.
The special prosecutor. What does he work for him or something?
Well, he said he did, and when I asked him about it, he got angry because I was questioning it.
Okay, but what does this have to do with your mother or talking to Dr. Wallach?
Well, he either tried to shut me up or scare me or something, but he told me that Dr. Hoffman was brought here by Donald Lamar to operate on me.
How do you even know about the accident? Is this where your mother comes in?
I guess. You see, Donald Lamar came to the house one day to see my father, and he was very nice to me, and he was very interested in my reconstructive surgery. And then my mother walked in. She was trying to be calm, but she didn't do a very good job of it. There was a lot of tension between the two of them.
What, did you ask her about it later?
Well, of course I did, but she just brushed it away as if it was nothing. A stranger does not arrange for the best plastic surgeon in the world to operate on someone. No, Mom and Donald Lamar had something pretty heavy going in the past.
And you're worried about which part of her past? I get the picture.
You know, maybe that guy was telling me the truth. I mean, why would he lie to me, right?
Well, I remember Dr. Wallach told your parents that Hoffman happened to be in Landview and just read about your case.
No. That was the cover story.
But you see, my point is that Larry probably doesn't even know what the truth is, if the truth is what this guy is saying it is.
I don't know any place to start but Larry.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do if you find out that Lamar arranged the operation?
Mom and I are going to have a very long talk about who the heck Donald Lamar is in her life.
This just doesn't make any sense. Tom Dennison destroyed you, and you have kept this incredible hatred for him all these many years.
But, Renee, I am so sick of hating. Do you realize what a useless emotion that is? And I finally feel that I am slipping away from that. And maybe that's because Tom and I were forced to live together, and it made us put our anger aside.
Okay, now, I understand that you have that adorable daughter, Mary Lynn, and she's around just radiating goodwill and sunshine. And she's certainly hoping that her parents stay together.
Yes, exactly. And it worked, didn't it? I mean, Tom and I can actually enjoy some moments together.
Okay, I'm very happy for you, and I'm very proud of you, and I approve of it. But none of this explains why you are staying in that house with that man when you don't have to. There's something more. No, there's something you're not telling me.
Look, Renee, I just think it is a good thing to do. And it's not that big a sacrifice to keep Mary Lynn's dreams going.
Are you sure that it's Mary Lynn's dreams, or is it yours? Snug little family in a wonderful house with a picket fence. Does that dream ring a bell? And you're just gonna hold on to it, honey, aren't you? Aren't you, even though it's just synthetic? And you're gonna have to live it out with a man you couldn't possibly love anymore. Clint, I not only drove over part of the terrain, I spoke with some of our ranch hands, and I found out that this race is so prestigious exactly because of how dangerous it is to man and to his horse. And a lot of riders never cross the finish line because their horses get so tired that they stumble, they fall, and they toss the riders off.
Okie doesn't stumble and fall, and I don't get tossed off. Now, Vicky, I am not worried at all about finishing this ride. Hell, I've won it before.
Yes, you have, with the assistance of your eyesight, as well as your skill and your cunning. Darling, it's not only foolhardy to try this race, it's insane.
Oh, so now I'm not just blind, I'm also loco?
You bet you are if you persist in this, and I'll tell you what else you're being. You're being selfish because you're willing to risk your death, which means I lose a husband and our children lose their father just for some damn trophy.
Now take this down a notch, or you and I are going to have the fight of our married life.
I am fighting for my married life. I'm also fighting for your life.
Listen, if you need me, I'll be outside.
Cordero, you're not going anywhere. He's your father. You have a stake in this decision.
Cord has agreed to ride along with me.
Yes, I know, I heard that. I don't believe it, though. Cord is an intelligent young man who has a great deal of common sense, and let me tell you something, he looks very uncomfortable about this decision.
Because you're making him feel that way. Now lay off Cord and lay off me. We are riding this race.
Okay, why? I mean, beside this macho nonsense, why?
Macho nonsense?
Yes.
Macho nonsense? That's all this is to you? What about my pride, my honor, my ego? Don't they mean anything?
Your pride, your honor, and your ego are useless to you and to me if you're dead.
I am not going to be dead. And will you stop writing a death warrant for me? Everything I do these days, there you are sending out negative thoughts that I'm going to die. I am not going to die.
Clint, this race is a flirtation with disaster. It's as if you're tempting death to come and take me. Honey, please, we moved out of here so we could have a fuller life, so you could have a fuller life. You told me, and I believed you, that your mood has improved. You are looking forward to living.
That's true. I am looking forward to living. And I've got more confidence, Vicky. I am confident. I am so confident that I know I can ride a horse 100 miles, and I'm not worried about it. I am not afraid. But you are trying to spook me. You keep trying to make me believe that I'm going to get 2 miles down the trail and crash and burn.
All right, Cord. What do you think? No, seriously, Cord, am I making sense or am I a jinx? I mean, what am I, a doomsayer? Is this man looking for an easy way to die or what?
I could die walking across the room. It could have happened when I tripped on that loose tile. It could happen any minute, Vicky. I could trip over an area rug. Now, you are trying to make a big difference here where there is no difference.
Clint, if you trip on an area rug or if you fall down the stairs, that would be a terrible accident, and somehow we would learn to live with it. But to ride 100 miles when you can't see a thing that's coming at you, that is a stupid and a willful decision.
Haven't you figured out yet that I am most comfortable when I am on horseback? A hell of a lot more comfortable than when I'm poking my way around this room with this damn cane. Now, I trust Cord, I trust Okie, and I trust my ability as a horsebacker. And if you would just try to trust those same 3 things, you would relax and stop harassing me. Well, Vicky? Cord, what the hell is going on here?
What is going on here is that I see two people who love each other tearing each other up. And you're tearing me up in the process because both of you are so adamant about your position here that both sides make sense. And the question here has now become, is it worth running this race no matter what the consequences are? Well, Clint says yes, it is. And Vicky, you say no, it's not.
You think an old fantasy is pushing me into this?
Oh, honey. Honey, you had such a terrible childhood, and then you were pushed into that life with those men, and they weren't very nice to you. They used you. And then the few times that you did fall in love, I know that you suffered a lot of pain. Honey, I know deep in your soul that you just want to love a good man and you want a child to love. I'm so afraid that you're just getting set up for another fall.
But Renee, believe me, I have no illusions about Tom.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. We are not meant for each other. We were years and years ago because I was so young and so insecure, but not anymore.
You sure you've changed that much?
Yes, you know, this is making me really uncomfortable. I feel like you're putting me under some sort of microscope or something.
Okay, I get it. I should just shut up and buy you a very expensive housewarming gift. Is that it?
Oh, you're such a good friend. And I really respect your opinion, I do, but this is something I think I have to do. But thanks, I promise. I will look out for any absurd fantasies or unexpected realities hitting me in the face, all right?
What if Tom falls in love with you again?
Renee, you have just lost your license to practice psychology.
Well, it's possible. I mean, he never did remarry, and maybe he's got his own fantasy working.
Okay, stop. Enough. I don't want to talk about that. Hey, you know, this is an opportunity for me to push you about your affair.
Oh, you talking about my love affair?
Oh, well, is that what it is?
Well, it sure seems to be now, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Oh, I tell you, honey, we get along so well, and we're so easy with each other. It makes us just so smooth. And, well, I mean, sometimes it gets ornery and stubborn, and I got to wrestle him to the ground, but I kind of like that, too. And he's got so much good in him, and he thinks I bring it out, and I think I do, too.
Oh, boy. I mean, I can remember sitting here when you told me that you were going to Asa to prospect for gold.
Oh, Lordy, I'm so embarrassed. Don't bring that up. I mean, I could care less about money. I mean, though it's very nice to have, but I'm sort of like you. I can sort of imagine myself spending my golden years with that family, those Buchanans. What a handful. But I think I'm settling in, and I think I'm making it work. And I like it so much.
Lady?
Oh,
Donald.
Well, Mr. LeVar.
Hello, Renee. Am I interrupting anything?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be brief, then. Do you think you could find in that crowded schedule of yours 30 minutes, maybe half of that, to talk to me?
Well, Donald, I really can't fathom what we'd have to talk about in a half an hour.
I think maybe dispelling the air of tension and distrust between us.
Excuse me, Mrs. Sanders. Everything is ready. We just need your signature.
Oh, great. Thank you. Well, Renee, I'll talk to you later.
So long, honey. Bye.
Bye, Donald. I really don't think we have anything to talk about. Excuse me.
Oh, boy. Thank heavens. Thank heavens Tina's concussion was mild. I'd have to call Vicky, tell her more bad news.
But Dr. Wallach, there is bad news. Tina Roberts really needs professional help, don't you think?
Well, it's possible. Now, I put a call out to Max Holden, her friend. I got to tell him that she thinks this baby is hers. I just hope he'll agree to treatment for her, therapy. How is the baby?
Oh, now that he's safely tucked away in pediatrics, he should be fine.
That's good. Listen, I don't think we need to tell the Brewsters about this little incident.
I agree. Nurse Leslie speaking.
Yes, this is Mrs. Brewster. I'm looking for Dr. Nolan or Dr. Wallach.
Yes, Dr. Wallach is right here. Mrs. Brewster.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Hello, Mrs. Brewster. We have some good news for you.
Really? Michael is fine?
Well, not 100% fine, but he is responding well to the medication.
Thank you, Doctor.
I think if he stays here another couple of days, well, you should be able to take him home soon.
Oh, another couple of days. Will I really be endangering him by bringing him home now?
Well, why take the chance if he's responding so well?
Well, I think about this.
I will be in to see you and Michael.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Michael is better now. Dr. Wallach still insists to keep him there.
No. You go to the hospital and bring him back.
But Rollo...
Lita, don't you suppose when Tina regained consciousness that she called the police? Now you go to the hospital and get the baby while you still can.
Almond Delight tastes so good, people can't wait till morning.
I couldn't sleep. Sweetheart. Oh, that's great.
Hi, Vicki. You wanted to see me?
Yes, please.
What have you got there?
Oh, these are awards and trophies of Clint's. Things that he won for horseback riding and bronco busting and all sorts of cowboy things. Tell me something, Sarah. Why would a man who has taken all his awards and trophies and put them in a cardboard box and shoved it to the furthest point in the closet, why would he risk his life just to win another one? I assume you know about the race.
Yes, I do.
Have you had a chance to talk to him and tell him that as his therapist, you cannot possibly condone this insanity?
Actually, I protested. Vicki, I have offered my help, whatever that might be.
Your help? Your help? You and Cord both? Dear Lord, is this me? Am I missing something? I'm terrified he's going to die. You're all thinking it's wonderful. You're going to help him.
I really believed that he was going to do it no matter what. And if I put up a fight, then it might hinder our working relationship in the future.
But you're making an enormous assumption here, and that is that Clint is going to have a future if he does this ride. There's something you don't know that I think it's time you found out. That bullet fragment that's lodged in his brain, that's not only the cause of his blindness. If it moves just the tiniest little millimeter in a certain direction, it will cause his death.
I know. Cord told me earlier.
You know? You know that, and still you're willing to help him get on a horse and ride 100 miles to his death?
Vicki, I don't like it. All right, I hate it. But he is not going to listen to me any more than he's going to listen to you.
That's my point. If you and Cord stand behind me, maybe he will listen to us. As it is, I am the lone voice of doom.
I really think that if we all gang up on him, then it's going to become an issue of pride, and then he will never change his mind.
It's already an issue of pride. I was here in this room when his old buddies came to visit him. These are men that he's outridden and outroped and out everything for years. And suddenly, for the first time, he was ashamed. He was ashamed because they asked him to start the race rather than to ride in it or win it.
I didn't know that's how it came about. Well, I guess we can successfully say that Clint has failed his first test of self-respect as a blind man.
I would say so. Flunked with a big, fat capital F. And what worries me, too, is that he's suddenly become so fatalistic. I'm going to die anyway. It doesn't matter if I fall off a horse or fall down the stairs.
Vicki, you know what I hear in your voice? It's a fait accompli. You already have him buried. You know, he very well could finish this race, and he might even win it.
And what if he doesn't, Sarah? What if he doesn't? You know, maybe everyone else is willing to lose him for his pride so that he can show his buddies he's still the same man he always was. I am not. And let me tell you something, if you're not willing at least to try and talk him out of this foolishness, then you are useless to him.
Vicki, would you wait, please?
Teen? Come on, open those baby blues and see who loves you. How you feeling?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Did Larry tell you what happened?
Yeah. You fainted and the nurse found you on the floor. Let's see his score. Floor 10. Tina, nothing. The highlights at 11, you know?
Max, I didn't faint. I didn't fall. Someone hit me. They did. I was holding the baby, and then I was getting ready so that we could leave. I was holding my baby. And then all of a sudden, everything went black. My God, where is he?
Tina, he's in pediatrics or he's with his mother. His real mother, where he should be.
No, he should be with me.
Teen.
Max, if I hadn't insisted on seeing the baby that I gave blood for, I never would have known that it was Milagro.
Tina.
Max, it was the same baby I saw in Iguazu, the same baby I saw in that carriage, and the same baby in this hospital. Max, don't look at me like that.
Tina, you want your baby so bad. You need your baby so bad. You're inventing him wherever you go.
No, Max, please. Please. Please listen to me and help me, please. Just go to pediatrics and get me my son.
So why would you want another opinion right now? I mean, the baby's doing well.
I know, but, well, my husband is a very nervous type, and he wants the best possible treatment.
So why doesn't your husband come down here to the hospital? Why doesn't your husband talk with me?
Well, I explained he was changing jobs and we were about to leave town.
Mrs. Brewster, if you truly want what is best for that child, you will leave him in the hospital here. If you want a pediatrician to come down for a second opinion, fine. Bring the pediatrician here.
Dr. Wallach, I thank you and Dr. Nolan for everything you've done. But now I'm leaving with Michael. And I promise I will keep him on his medication. And if there is any sign he needs to be returned, I will bring him. But just, I have to take